Now, y'all already know what time it is. It is time for the mess, so let's get into it. What's good, you guys? It's your boy Scott by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, okay? And we're here to talk about a couple of things today. You guys already know it's lunchtime tea now. It's lunchtime tea. Y'all know I've been sick and shut in, like I've been saying on damn near every video, so it hasn't been no lunchtime gossip, lunchtime tea, but we back now and we in the building, okay? For a second helping of some lunchtime tea. Now, before we get into this lunchtime tea, okay, let me let you guys know what's coming up. Okay, now what's coming up next is Who Was Wrong? Okay, Who Was Wrong is coming up next, and it will be Sunday, probably Sunday morning, probably around lunchtime on Sunday morning when y'all getting out of church or going to church or whatever. Because like I said in the last video, I'm starting to think that 10 and 11 o'clock a.m. is too early for you guys. So I'm gonna push the time up a little bit, well, to push it back a little bit so you guys can get up at a decent time and watch it. But it will be the ninth episode of Who Was Wrong, and it will be featuring my girl Bundy Blue, and we will be talking about the love and marriage beef with Letitia and Mel. Okay, we will be talking about that. Bundy kind of schooled me just a little bit on this, mainly because of the fact that I did not know everything about the beef, just a little bit that I did see when I first started watching. So Bundy is gonna school me a little bit. We're gonna talk about who was wrong. Was Tisha wrong? Was Mel wrong? Or was it a draw? We're going to get into all of those things on Sunday. So be on the lookout for that. And then next week will be the finale, the season finale of Who Was Wrong. And it will be featuring me in House of Aaron. We went at it, y'all, for an hour. We went at it, but it was so much fun. You know, me and Aaron can argue and cuss each other out and then get ready to plan the trip to the Lanithia, y'all. Like, that's just what we do. So be on the lookout for that this Sunday. The Whether You Like It or Not panel will be on Terrence's channel this week. It won't be on mine because I'll be out of town. This particular week would have been the week that I would have been there, but I won't be. I'll be out of town. So Terrence will be hosting it. I don't even think that I'm gonna be able to be on the panel at all, on any panel at all this week. Not the Whether You Like It or Not panel, or Roast the Review, which is on Wednesday. Terrence and JoJo is probably gonna have to hold me down while I'm gone because I'm gonna be gone all week. But like I said, I do got my laptop. I just bought me a Chromebook yesterday so I can make sure I film while I'm out of town so you guys can still have some content. I'm gonna try to do as much as I can while I'm out of town because I'm gonna be busy. Okay, so with that being said, that's everything that we got coming up. Now let's get into what we came here to do, and that is be just a tad bit messy. Okay, that's what we here to do. That's what we here to talk about. Okay, so first on the list is Dennis McKinley. Okay, now this article was sent to me, and this article actually comes from the urbanbellmag.com. And we're gonna talk about apparently he caused a stir on social media. He had a message for Bravo as well when he calls that stir on social media. So we're gonna get into this article. You guys already know how I go down. I cite my source, I read the article, give my opinion, y'all give y'all's, and then we move on to the next. So let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. So Real Housewives of Atlanta alum Portia Williams had a very public falling out with Dennis McKinley. Things went left after Dennis cheated on Portia while she was pregnant, and Portia was very hurt by this. However, she still wanted to try to move past the issue, so she and Dennis decided to try to utilize couples therapy to hash things out. Dennis even proposed to Portia again once things appeared to be back on the right track. However, Portia still didn't feel like he was serious about marriage. She gave Dennis an ultimatum to set a wedding date. And when he didn't, Portia decided that it was time for her to move on from the relationship. Since then, co-parenting between Dennis and Portia has been a mess. A lot of this actually played out on Portia's Family Matters. In Portia's opinion, Dennis is upset about her engagement to Simon Gobadia, and she feels as if he was being spiteful when he brought another woman to Mexico during her family retreat. Things got so bad that Portia ended up swinging on Dennis and having a heated exchange with his mother, Mama Gina. Interestingly enough, Portia was receiving backlash for her romance with Simon when he proposed to Portia. He was still married to Fallon Pina. She was a guest on the Housewives of Atlanta during season 13, and she was introduced as Portia's friend. So the whole situation just looked scandalous to some fans of the show. Well, Dennis caused a stir on social media. He's linking up with Fallon, plus he had an interesting message for Bravo. Now, Dennis McKinley and Portia Williams. Now, why is this website doing that? Okay. Fallout played on social media as well as on Portia's Family Matters. According to Portia, their co-parenting relationship took a turn after she got engaged to Simon Gobadia. Interestingly enough, though, the engagement was controversial in itself. Many met Simon's ex-wife Fallon Pina for the first time when she appeared on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she was introduced as Portia's friend. They hung out together on the show, and Portia even enjoyed time in Fallon's and Simon's swimming pool. Even though the optics didn't look good, Portia said that it wasn't that messy of a situation and that she and Fallon were never friends. So she didn't feel like she betrayed Fallon at all. Regardless, Fallon felt some type of way about Portia and Simon's romance. However, Simon has accused Fallon of cheating on him, and he accused her of having an affair with her assistant, Jalen Banks. Fallon denied this, but as of now, she and Jalen have a daughter together. However, both Fallon and Jalen have claimed that they started their romance after Fallon split with Simon. Dennis said that the whole situation looked very messy to him, but as his co-parenting relationship with Portia continues to be complicated, he got the attention of social media when he posted a certain flyer on his Instagram account. On the flyer, Fallon is front and center, and she's supposedly doing a tour at one of Dennis's clubs. In the caption, Dennis wrote, "There are places to go, and then there's Crew Lounge." He continued, "At Fallon, let's go on a big boy tour. Check out the flyer." To no surprise, the comments were in shambles, and Dennis was accused of being petty and trying to get under Portia's skin. While Dennis didn't have much more to say about the collaboration with Fallon, he did have something to say to Bravo recently on Twitter. He told the network that reruns of Portia's Family Matters don't need to be shown. Okay, and that was pretty much the only thing that went down with Dennis McKinley. I guess the whole stir that he caused was when he posted that flyer about something going on at his club, and Fallon was the main special guest. And people feel a type of way about him working with Fallon under any capacity. People feel like he's trying to ruffle Portia's feathers and get up under her skin and all of this other stuff. At this point, I don't think that Dennis really cares enough to get up under Portia's skin at this point, because who gives a fuck about Portia and how she fucking feels at this point? She's out here with this man. He was a married man. He was with her friend, even though she claimed that wasn't her friend. And everybody's moved on. Don't nobody really give a fuck. At this point, people can work with whoever the fuck they want to. And if Dennis want to work with Fallon, he can. He don't have any allegiance to Portia, only the fact that that's the mother of his child. But she cannot tell him who he can and can't deal with, period, okay? If Portia can get out here and be with somebody else's husband, then Fallon can work with her fucking baby daddy. It's just that fucking simple. Can't nobody tell nobody who they can and can't talk to, period. So everybody got to stop trying to make it seem like everything is about Portia and Portia only. It's really not. Who really gives a fuck at this point? Because I really don't. At this point, I just feel like who really cares? Like, let it go, move on with your life. Portia and Dennis don't give a fuck about each other. Portia has moved on with Simon, and it's just that on that. Don't nobody really care. Fallon got her a whole nother child with Jalen. They seem to be happy. Don't nobody care. But Dennis said don't show no more Portia Family Matters reruns. Um it was a bad look for Portia, though. I enjoyed watching the show and I enjoyed reviewing it, child. Roasted Review was born because of that show. But, it was a bad look for her. Like, this is just coming from a person that don't even like her like that. That was a badass look for her. And she know it was, too. You know what I mean? But, it was talked about a lot. I got some of my biggest traction this year talking about Portia Family Matters. But now it's number two because my biggest traction comes from talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville. But you already know that. But Portia Family Matters got me some good traction, new subscribers, and every damn thing else under the sun, baby. Okay, every damn thing else under the fucking sun, period. But I think that Dennis knew that it was gonna cause a stir by him posting Fallon, but who cares? Like, people can be way too invested in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really give a damn. It's just like how people so damn invested in this Lori Harvey stuff. Who cares about who she sleeps with? Who cares? The girl in her twenties, if she want to have a whole phase, let her have one. Who gives a fuck? I don't. So you shouldn't either, because we ain't well, I'm making money talking about them, but they ain't paying our bills, so what they paying mine. But fuck it, it is what it is. Let's move on to the next thing. Now, as you guys already know, that Lil Nas X has been in the news lately because he called out BET for not nominating him for an award this year, and a lot of people have had mixed emotions about it. I mean, there are some people who feels as though it's just the BET award. You've won Grammys. Why the fuck are you upset about it? Then there's some people who feel like, he was snubbed. He had 3 number 1 hits in a calendar year. Why isn't he nominated? But Jack Harlow was nominated. And so that's exactly how I feel. Yes, he was nominated and he performed last year, but he still, even after the show, had some number 1 hits. Like he could have at least got nominated for Industry Baby this year or something like that, because that was a number 1 record, I believe. And that video was everywhere. He could have been nominated for Video of the Year. He could have been nominated for something. And people trying to make it seem like he's entitled. Like, it does look pretty tacky for artists to come out and speak out against award shows when they're not nominated. But at the same time, you got to think about it, because that's just like when Ari Lennox spoke out about the Soul Train Awards, giving Lizzo the award for Best R&B Soul Album when she worked hard on her own album and did not get the appropriate credit for that album because they gave it to the more popular person, and that's Lizzo. So it may look tacky for artists to speak about it because it does come across like they're being entitled. They feel like they're supposed to get every single award there is out there, get a nomination every year, and that's not the case. You don't get nominated every year. You don't. And it's okay that you don't. You know what I mean? That's really okay. But I get what he's saying, because let's just be honest. BET is notorious for nominating people who ain't doing shit, okay? Let's think about all the times that Beyonce was nominated and didn't have not one album, not one song, not one video out, and they still put her in the nomination ring just because they wanted her to come to the fucking show. They nominate a bunch of people that they know not gonna show up just so they can show up. And that's why the show is full of shit. That's why I don't watch the BET Awards like that. I really don't. I have not watched. The last time I looked at a BET award show and was happy about watching it was probably 2017. And that was because Mary performed. This was during the time that Strength of a Woman was out. That's probably the last fucking time I sat there and I looked at the BET Awards. Oh, and then Escape performed. Like, that was the last time I really sat there and watched the award show like that. And then I watched it again in 2019 because Mary J. Blige won her Lifetime Achievement Award. Other than that, I didn't know who the fuck them people was that was performing. Didn't know none of them damn people. Didn't know who. That was when I first got hip to Lizzo. Didn't know who the hell she was up there. That's just the fucking truth. I didn't know who Lil Baby was. The Baby. Didn't know none of them damn people. I was only watching this shit for Mary, period. And I didn't like the fact that they let Rihanna be the one to honor her with the award, when I felt like somebody like Monica should have been giving her that award. That's someone that she considers a friend. That's someone that's a big inspiration. Why not have her give the award? Or better yet, let Anita Baker honor her with the award. Anita Baker is the reason why Mary wanted to sing. Like, why not let BET gets it wrong. They want the people that don't give a fuck about them to show up to their shows and perform. They were so desperate for a BET Awards performance that they let her do a Skype performance. It's just that serious to them. So, yeah, but I'm going to go ahead and get into this article. I really spent a lot of time ranting and raving. Let's go ahead and get into this article because this article comes from Vibe.com, okay? So let's get into it. So, that's What I Want singer and rapper Lil Nas X wanted a BET Award nomination for the 2022 BET Awards. After issuing a series of tweets, the entertainer released a teaser of his diss song against the network. In his shirtless car performance of the recorded track, he can be seen lip syncing. FBET, FBET, FBET. Lick it on up, slurp it. Make it slap it. Okay, okay, okay. Look how I top shit. I just put 3 up on the top 10 and I don't need nobody. I just need these CCs on my body. Everything I do, be trying to run. Go make a profit. Read about it. I don't even got to sing about it. Listen in the 1 minute and 7 second clip. And Lil Nas X warned, don't try me. You better say that shit for somebody. Yeah. So here's the clip of the song.
Fuck BT. Fuck BT. Fuck BT. Yeah. Fuck BT. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Lick it on up.
That's the only thing I'm gonna do because I don't want no damn copyright claims. I'm trying to be very cautious about that. After the diss track made its rounds on social media, BET decided to address the 23-year-old's antics with a statement to the press on Tuesday, June 7th. We love Lil Nas X. He was nominated for the Best New Artist BET Award in 2020. We proudly showcase his extraordinary talent and creativity on the show twice. He performed Old Town Road with Billy Ray Cyrus at the BET Awards on 2019, and his BET Awards 2021 performance was a highlight of our show, and no one cheered louder that night than BET. Unfortunately, this year he was not nominated by BET's Voting Academy, which is comprised of an esteemed group of nearly 500 entertainment professionals in the fields of music, television, film, digital marketing, sports journalism, public relations, influencers, and creative arts. No one from BET serves as a member of the Voting Academy. At BET, we are passionate advocates for the wonderful diversity that exists within our community. We are committed to using all of our platforms to provide visibility and inclusion for all of the many intersections of the Black community. BET made sure to note that no one from the organization actually gets to vote on nominees. The Viacom owned network announced the nominees list on Wednesday, June the 1st, and the Lil Nas X was more pressed than a panini about not seeing his name in any of the categories. In reaction, he took to his Twitter to voice how he felt, not only about his sexuality playing a part in the nomination snub, but also being forgotten about for a 2022 Grammy nomination. In a series of now deleted tweets, Lil Nas X sarcastically said, "Thank you, BET Awards, and outstanding zero nominations again," followed up with, "I'll be selling fish plates outside of the BET Awards this year." As far as his sexuality, Lil Nas X also wrote on Twitter that his zero nominations reflect the struggle of the LGBTQ plus people of color fighting to gain ongoing mainstream acknowledgement. "It doesn't even have to be me nominated," he tweeted. "I just feel like Black gay people have to fight to be seen in this world, and even when we make it to the top, MFers try to pretend that we are invisible." This year's nominees include Doja Cat, who earned the most nominations at this year's celebration set for June 26th. Coming second in the nomination counts are Ari Lennox and Drake with four each. Additionally, Baby Keem, Silk Sonic, Chloe, Future, Her, Jasmine Sullivan, Kanye West, Kendrick Lamar, Lil Baby, and Mary J. Blige and Tim's are the third highest with three nominations each. Fans also pointed out that Lil Nas X's industry baby collaborator Jack Harlow was nominated for Best Male Hip Hop Artist instead of the Montero. I hate saying his name because I say Montero artist. Their single peaked at number one on the Billboard Hot 100, and according to one Lil Nas X fan, did wonders for Harlow, but somehow he gets acknowledged by BET. "They do not respect themselves," they wrote. And they don't respect themselves. That's a true fact. But what I will say, and then I will move on to Nicci Gilbert, is this right here. I don't like the fact that Lil Nas X is using the sexuality card as a way to state his case. Now, here's the thing: I don't like us to play victim and use our sexuality as a way to garner sympathy and make it seem like that's the reason why we didn't get something. I don't feel like his sexuality played a part in him not getting the nomination. I personally feel like BET really gets it wrong with the nominations every damn year. They do. They get it wrong every time. It doesn't matter if you gay or straight, they get it wrong all the damn time. I'm surprised that Ari Lennox even got the nominations that she fucking got, honestly. Like, they get it wrong every time. So it's really not a gay thing or a straight thing. It's a BET thing. They get the shit wrong every time. And it's nothing new. They always get it wrong. And you should know. You grew up on BET. You should know how they do shit. They nominate Beyonce and Rihanna when they don't even have shit out, and neither one of them hoes come to the damn award shows. They don't perform. They don't even acknowledge the BET Awards, let alone the NAACP Awards. But yet, they don't nominate the people who deserve it. Lil Nas X deserved to be nominated this year. Industry Baby was a number one song. It was a big video. It was all over the place. Like I said, he should have been nominated for Video of the Year or something. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what I think. I do feel like he should have been nominated. Not just because he gay. Lil Nas had a big year. He should be nominated. Period. It's the same way. when BET, and I love Missy Elliott, but they gave BET best female. They get BET gave Missy Elliott the best female hip hop artist in 2008 when Missy didn't even have no album out. All she had was Ching Ching out, and that wasn't even no big song. When Trina had an actual album out and all of that other stuff, and I felt like that was the one year they should have given it to Trina, but instead they decided to keep giving it to Missy. That's just what they do. They give it to one person, they keep giving it to that same person over and over again, the same way they kept giving it to Nicki over and over again up until Remy Ma came along. That's just the shit that they do, and I don't like it. So I may not agree with the way Lil Nas went about it, especially making a song about it, because you making a song about it. What make you think they're gonna fuck with you now? You're not making matters better for yourself at all. If you really still want to rock with BET, now you done made a diss song and you think you're gonna get a nomination next year when you put out something. You not. They ain't gonna nominate you for a damn thing, child. Y'all gotta. It's one thing that you voice your disappointment, which I was fine with that. But making a whole song is a bit much, okay? Period. So we're gonna move on to Nicci Gilbert, who is from Brownstone, and some of y'all remember her from being on the real R&B Divas. That's what a lot of us remember her from. And now she out here calling out P Valley as she been doing for the last 2 years. And yeah, we about to go ahead and get into this. This article comes from MadameNoir.com because Nikki won't stop talking about P Valley. So let's get into it. So Nicci Gilbert is continuing to call out P Valley for being a ripoff of her 2010 play Soul Kittens Cabaret. After the second season's premiere, Gilbert unleashed a series of tweets calling out creator Katori Hall, who she sued in January for copyright infringement. After watching last night's episode of P Valley and seeing the real reviews from real people and viewers versus the bot generated or corporate interest ones, she tweeted, I realized that my mama had a conversation with God and he said, let me handle it. Nicci Gilbert added that she took offense of the season premiere airing on the anniversary of her mother's death on June the 3rd. I was very insulted about this episode airing on the anniversary of my mom's passing, but now I know why it did. When I was going through the R&B Divas litigation, she said they stole that from you, baby, but don't you stress because eventually the universe would make it fall apart. She also threw a jab at Hall by saying she is far from a dope creator. She called her a dope journalist with a wild imagination and financial backing. The cast is super talented, and I hope they aren't underutilized in effort to cover up your infringement. The Soul Kittens Cabaret tells the story of the dancers who work at a strip club and who are kept in line by their transgender leader. It is so obvious that the writer of last night's episode had no idea where to take this story because she didn't create it, Gilbert tweeted about the premiere episode. I have yet to see said writer write an original thought or idea. I don't care how many awards, accolades, or dollars the machine pumps into her. I wish ill will on no one because I know how karma works. When you let God handle it, I know with TV, each episode can be written by a different writer. So I hope for the sake of those who didn't steal from me, it gets better. P Valley, which we know is based off of Hall's 2015 Pussy Valley, airs every Friday on Stars at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, Nicci Gilbert. Oh, we already read all that. Okay. Okay, so that's pretty much the article from this story, which was on MadameNoir.com. I'm gonna need Nikki to let it go, and you cannot tell them people when they can and can't air a show. Okay, they aired the show on June the 3rd, your mother's death anniversary. I'm so sorry about that. But do you think them people knew that that was your mama's anniversary? They didn't fucking know that, Nikki. Stop. See, you're doing the same shit that you was doing on the R&B Divas. You thinking that every damn thing is about you, and it's really not about you. Because don't nobody really give a fuck about you like that, honestly. But some of us who listen to R&B music and want you to sing instead of opening your mouth to say stupid shit all the time, that's who gives a fuck. But ain't nobody thinking about you like that. Like, you really talking about, I feel very disrespected that it was on my mom's anniversary. It's a lot of shit that come out on the death anniversary of folks that I love. But do you think I give a fuck? Ain't nobody thinking about you. And why are you watching a show that you feel like was stolen from you and you feel like they took everything from you? Why are you watching it and giving it support and giving it ratings? That's the part that I don't understand. But Nicci Gilbert has always done shit like this, always coming out saying shit, always doing dumb shit all the time. That's why I don't nobody like her. So we're gonna move on to the last story, and that's Amanda Seales. Now, as you guys already know, that the real, aka the fake, to me, has been canceled, and they had a farewell episode, which I did not watch. However, they did a montage of all of the past guests or the past hosts of the show, and Amanda Seales was the only one that wasn't included. Amanda Seales went on the Breakfast Club and she discussed how she felt when she wasn't included. I'm gonna play this for y'all, and then we're gonna be up out of here after I give my final thoughts. Let's get into Amanda Seales.
End of the day, if you're gonna do a retrospective of,
Hold on, y'all.
in this particular instance, I'm gonna stand on the fact that at the end of the day, if you're gonna do a retrospective of the show over the years that it's been on and the hosts that have been on it, it don't matter what I say. You were a host of the show. I was a host on the show. I mean, they kind of proved you right. You know what I mean? If, seriously, if you're saying that this show wasn't good for my spirit because of X, Y, and Z, and then they purposely and intentionally leave you out, it's like, which I have confirmed was the case. Duh, it's obvious. Like, it wasn't like, oh, we forgot her. It's nah. Then people are like, oh, well, she was only there for 5 minutes. No. I was there for 6 months. Mm-hmm. 3 of those months were in a pandemic. I committed myself to this and I gave myself to that. And I know that I contributed immensely to that space.
Right. Mm-hmm. What about the women on the show when they see you, the other hosts? Are they friendly? Do you speak to
we haven't even seen anybody really. And like Jeannie and Adrian hit me up and we're like, that's bullshit. We did not realize that was, happening. And we were going to do a live, an Instagram live, but then our schedules didn't line up and it was just like, it's fine. But, I talk to Jeannie and Adrian all the time. In this particular...
Okay, so that was Amanda Seales on the Breakfast Club talking about how she felt when she realized that she was not included in the montage of all of the hosts that was featured on the reel. And here's my thing. Y'all can sit up here and say some bullshit like she was a problem. She was on a smear campaign after the show. She was bashing the production company. She was doing this. She was doing that. It does not matter what the fuck she did. At the end of the day, she was on that show. It don't matter how long she was there. She was on that show. Tamar Braxton went and did a smear campaign of her own when she first left the fucking show, and they still included her. It's fucked up and it's wrong, and I don't care what nobody got to say. She should have been included. It was shady of them to not include her in this because she spent time there too. She took time out of her day out of her life to do this fucking show, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what she said about them. It doesn't matter how long she was on the damn show. She was on the show. She was there. She put in time and effort into this fucking show anyway. So for y'all to be trying to say, if you talking shit, why would they include you? Tamar talk shit too, and she was fucking included. It don't matter. That's just like me saying, if Boys Night Out stopped today and Josiah stopped being on the show with us and we decide that we're going to end Boys Night Out, we're going to bring it to a close. It's run its course. We've done our thing. Why would I not include Josiah if he went around talking shit about the damn show? Like, for example, Jay Lee, Jamie, Niecy, Bundy, and Alex are no longer a part of the Whether You Like It or Not panel. They have their own things going on. Whenever I talk about the Whether You Like It or Not panel, I always include them in the conversation. Why? Because they were hosts of the show. No, we did not part on bad terms or nothing like that at all. Like, it wasn't no public meltdowns, no public fallouts, no things of that nature. It wasn't nothing like that. Nobody was mad that people went on and did their own things, because that's what you're supposed to do. When you're ready to move on and do something else, you go on and do something else that's bigger and better. And that's exactly what everybody did. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to it, that's why I say, when I talk about whether you like it or not, and we have a conversation about it, Jay Lee, Jamie, Niecy, Bundy, and Alex are always a part of that conversation because they were a big part of that panel. And if it wasn't for them, there would not be no Whether You Like It or Not panel, because they were a part of it. They were big parts of it. And I appreciate them for everything that they brought to the table. So regardless of anything, they will always be mentioned. And if Whether You Like It, if I decide to stop the Whether You Like It or Not panel today, I will always include them in anything in regards to the whether you like it or not panel, because they were a part of it. Period. I don't give a fuck. They were a part of it. So I would never not include them when I'm talking about them. So I don't really give a fuck. Y'all can sit up here and say she finds an issue with everything. You can sit up here and say that she didn't want to be there. It don't matter if she wanted to be there or not. She was on the show. She should be fucking mentioned. Period. She should be credited. Period. It's fucked up. And just like, and if y'all watched the whole interview, it had nothing to do with the girls. It was the production. It was the people that was ahead of everything. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Like Tamar even accused them, some of them girls of getting her fired, and they still included her. So why not include Amanda? That's some bullshit. I just feel like people who don't understand what she's saying is missing the whole point, and those are people who want to miss the fucking point, and it's okay. Like, it is what it is. You can't talk logic with people, because when they don't like somebody, that's all it is, and people don't like Amanda Seales, so they could care less about how she feels, and that's just the fucking truth. So with that being said, you guys, this be your boy Scotty. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video. You know what I'm saying? Click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever video drops, and please share the videos as well. If you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter and my IG and my TikTok will be down below, okay? And with that being said, you guys, your boy is out of here. Until the next video, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.